Welcome to Two Steps Back with Nicole and Kat. Whee! It's a podcast. Well, hi everyone. Happy New Year. I hope you guys are super busog, super happy, and had a lot of great holiday memories over the recently concluded holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all the good things.
And happy birthday, Kat.
Thank you.
Birthday month.
Hello, fellow Capricorns out there. Okay, jump mo na. Sige na nga. Okay, thank you.
And welcome to the season finale for Two Steps Back podcast.
Yeah! Oh my gosh, guys. Thank you so much for being along for this really fun ride with Nicole and I. I know that we've mentioned this before, but this podcast was really just like a brain baby of the both of ours because Nicole and I have been friends for many years now. But even though our friendship has spanned that long, I feel like during this podcast, we have learned things about each other that we didn't know before. We've gotten to new depths with our friendships and also gotten to know you guys a lot better as our audience, which has been really refreshing because usually we just exchange comments or maybe see each other at events here and there. But this has been such a nice community that we've built. So to all of you guys, thank you so much. And of course, today we want to kick off the new year, even though it is a season finale. But we're also wanting to ring in the new year with some good vibes and also some life lessons and chica and everything in between. We're talking about New Year's resolutions.
Ooh, we're still doing that.
I know. Sis, where do you stand? Are you equipped with some New Year's resolutions of your own? Or are they just something that lasts for the first week of January and then fades to nothingness?
Actually, in the recent years, since I've been a full-fledged adult, parang New Year's resolutions have been applied naman. Unlike before, kasi parang you hold your own schedule already and then you're building your own life. Like yung house mo, you make your own decisions na, you buy your own things. So parang, you're literally building yourself. Kaya mas nagta-take into effect yung mga New Year's resolution. Pero ikaw ba sis, nagiging super specific ba yung mga resolutions mo every year? Or is it just yung overall vibe lang or mindset?
Before, talaga nakalistahan yung mga resolutions ko as in very descriptive siya. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever.
Na scrapbook type pa ganon. May stickers.
Nasa notes ng phone ko, ganon. But then after I'd write it, I would never look back on it. So,
oo nga.
diba? Parang I'm just fueled to do that and then I really write it out and then I forget about it. Parang naging journaling na lang siya. Pero sis, I think yung main, let's say the thing that I really utilize resolutions for is an opportunity to reflect on the year that was and what I want to do differently. Mm-hmm. So more so than tabulating, I want to, for example, eat healthier, work out more, or be more intentional, or save up, whatever it may be. It's more of just how did I enjoy the past year? What did I like about it? What do I wish went better? How do I think I could take that and then put it into this new year?
Pero in the last year, 2024, ano yung resolution mo na na-apply mo?
Ooh, well, 2024 kind of threw me in for a curveball because I went into that year with a whole different set of intentions and plans of what I thought my year would look like. But of course, life happened, and in the first few weeks of January pa lang, I was really thrown into a tailspin. I am being very vague, but you guys will have to bear with me. So I really had to recalibrate a lot of that last year. I don't even think I approached 2024 with this is the list of my goals that I want to do, and I'm going to work towards that. In fact, I unfortunately was just faced with a lot of fear and disappointment, and I was just I just want to survive 2024 and get out the other end. With that being said, though, now 2025, I feel so much braver, and I feel like I've actually have a lot more intention. So I have listed down some resolutions, goals, things I want to do for myself, for my family for 2025. So the 2 years look super different for me. So what about you, sis? How did 2024's resolutions look like, if you had any?
Parang it's more of yung mindset naman for me rather than an itemized list. Kasi the itemized ones yung discipline in working out, this and that. Parang I've formed a routine already. Like I found pickleball, I found tennis. I've learned how to cook. I've learned to love cooking, baking. So parang over the years na-build ko na siya. So yung challenge naman turning 32 last year, it was really yung mindset of embracing change nga, like we've said time and again in this podcast, na this time, I feel really good in 2025 na it took me 2 years to embrace uncertainty and to be excited instead of fearful of what's to come, of the blank page na bakit siya blank. This time I'm like, wow, I can write so many words. Ganon na yung feeling. Or another reason why I feel better about this year is siguro kasi yung last year is my most not stellar year, I would say. Parang there are a lot of achievements, pero hindi na siya at par as before. Like if I'm gonna be really critical about myself, pero it is in those moments na parang after looking back at the year that was, I'm like, you know what? God still provides.
Yeah.
And all it takes for you to do lang din is to jump into that one thing to change the trajectory of your whole year. And that for me was this podcast actually.
I love that so much.
So, yeah. So parang hindi kailangan na maganda yung naging year mo to manifest a better year. Parang now, I learned to trust more in myself, in what I'm capable of, and also to God, diba?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes New Year allows you the opportunity to reflect because, diba, every time we're walking along the slow increments of, say, a year or whatever it is that we're going through, it's hard to see how God is working in that situation because it's just like, well, you know, I'm here every day. I'm down in the trenches, just one foot in front of the other. But like when you look back upon your year, like I look back upon my last year and I was like, well, God, you did it. Because I was the same, just like I had such a weird year. Like it wasn't necessarily that I didn't have like career things happening. Like I was really busy, but I think I was challenged a lot on a personal level. Like I started therapy last year, which I'm so proud of myself, made such a huge difference for me. And it really gave me insight into my inner world. Like now I have so much more grace for myself and understanding for myself, and even having this space to air our sentiments. And like I learned so much from you also, even to the people who comment. Like my perspective is constantly like opened and challenged, and I think that's a fantastic way to grow. So just like you said, I'm super thankful for this little community that we built. So on the topic of New Year's resolutions, of course we don't want to omit you guys, so we did ask Nicole and I on our broadcast channels if you believe in New Year's resolutions, and if so, what are they? And you so kindly submitted all of your submissions. So what Nicole and I were thinking to do, we're gonna kind of pitch off the ones that you guys submitted, pop off a little thoughts about them, pop. And then kind of just interject our general reflections, thoughts of maybe how that maybe corresponded or correlated to our year, or maybe it's one that we want to also see for ourselves in 2025.
Yeah.
I feel like such a tita on my tech. Okay.
Eto. Learning how to process my emotions more this year, like actually sitting with them instead of avoiding my feelings and thoughts. Actually, throughout this podcast din, parang, di ba, ang dami natin realizations sa, I do feel that way pala.
Yeah.
Kaya pala, frustrated ako kasi yun pala yun. And it's not until you actually say it out loud or tell someone else about it that it becomes real and confrontational and you have to deal with it. And then you realize, oh, yun pala yung yung true feelings ko.
Super. Or if someone asks a certain question that allows you to like look in and be like, oh. Because I think it's so interesting. I mean, like, I know Nicole and I, like, I know you would agree, sis. We're quite, like, aware people of ourselves. Because, you know, we've been independent girlies for quite a long time. And so I feel like we've really journeyed out, like, getting to know ourselves, like, what makes us tick. But, like, it's so interesting that as you keep getting older, it's either that you're evolving or changing or growing. But, like, there's still so much to learn about yourself. And I think it's just a journey that never ends. What do you think is something that is the main culprit of standing between people getting to know themselves to a level that they could? Do you think it's that they're distracted, that they haven't intentionally done it? Do you think that the conversations they're having aren't leading there.
I think number one, they they haven't found yung mga friends talaga or group of friends necessarily kasi seasons in your life nga rin yan. I think ito na-realize ko when we aired that episode on building and burning bridges na there are a lot of people na, you know, nagkaroon ng distrust with their friends kasi parang, oh, may bad intentions pala. So parang in the end, we sort of isolate ourselves then from our own friends and until someone worthy, like real friends actually come along. Kasi lalo na we go through a lot of transitory phases in our lives from college na situational friendships siya to finding a new job and another job, and then you just pick yung mga soulmates mo along the way, like you meet them. So if you haven't found them yet, you know, just put yourself out there, find a venue for that, like a sport or whatever. Pero yeah, don't feel so bad kung wala pa kayong yung ganong friend talaga na mapagsasabihan nyo ng everything. But yeah, I think one of those things is not finding a group na you can really trust your barest soul to.
Yeah.
So
I
parang
agree.
internal monologue lang yun nire-rely on natin. Tapos at a certain age pa yung ang hirap magsabi sa parents kasi sermon na yung aabutin mo na parang, wait na nag-aasa naman ako ng advice.
Yeah.
Pero ang dami na agad sermon.
Oo, at minsan my dynamic, like I know myself, like I didn't want to show my parents what I was struggling with because I would be like, yeah, kaya ko maging adult. I'm so responsible. I know what I'm doing in this big wide world. But that's why I think also like therapy, or even if like shared activities, like if you have a book club that you want to make, or like you want to host people every week. I mean, like it's an exchanging of minds and like experiences and friendships, as we touched on in the episode. Won't go too much into it. Is like really intentional. Like you have to put an effort to cultivate great friendships, like you put in effort to cultivate a beautiful garden. Like if you neglect it, it'll be neglected. But if you want it to bloom and to really harvest a great friendship, then you have to tend to it. You have to water it. You have to put in intention and effort. So we're really hoping and praying for incredible friendships to enter into your life this 2025 if you have not yet found them, and that the ones that you do have, that they even deepen even more, and that you're able to have super cool, fun memories with them, and even cry together, laugh together, everything in between. It's all intertwined in great friendships.
Yeah. It's all, kasama siya sa package talaga.
Yes.
Kahit na mag-away kayo ng friends nyo, di ba?
Yeah.
Parang, Kat, we listen and we don't judge. Remember that time when ako talaga yung sumabotage ng video. Charot, di mga ganon.
Tapos may sangria involved.
Yeah. Pero also, sis, I think I like your question actually, na parang, what are the reasons why
what
we don't
stops
get to
us?
like sit with ourselves? Not a lot of people also have the privilege of time. Na parang ang dami kong kailangan gawin. Like, you go to the office and then overtime ka pa parate. I'm looking at my videographers now. May nangungulit pang dalawang babae sa kanila to finalize the edit. Charot. And then pagka-uwi mo, maglilinis ka pa ng bahay, alagaan mo pa yung parents mo, yung mga ganong stuff na parang hindi mo na-focus yung sarili mo. Kaya I think a lot of people's New Year's resolution is you give more time to yourself, ganun. Pero sometimes, hindi lang talaga yun yung season mo. There are times na you're just so tired when you get home, you sleep. Pero don't worry about it. Your problems are gonna catch up to you. Charot!
Unfortunately, yes.
Pero totoo yun.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you don't have to deal with it now, pero eventually, you will.
Unfortunately.
Oo. Pero the time will come naman. Pero don't be so hard on yourself na yung super self-improvement right now. Kasi, you have bigger priorities din, di ba? Parang you understand that. Pero if you can find time to get rid of a bad habit, for example, or an unnecessary habit, then replace that with a healthier one.
Yeah.
Why not? Pero
Or
small steps.
even improve on time management as a skill, because I
Mm-mm.
think that also integrates into that problem. I'm not saying that like, yeah, you can move things around to get like an hour free time, maybe not, but if you could manage things better, like maybe not scroll
Unsubscribe
so
to
much on
Netflix, right?
TikTok, and then have free 15 minutes in your day. I mean, we can find ways. But also on that thought, thanks to you guys for listening for us to us for like hour on end.
And complaining kung hindi 1 hour yung episode. Thank you so much. That you like hearing our voices and screams.
Yeah, well, thanks for giving us your time. We super love that. But yeah, I would agree. The lack of time, the lack of maybe safe spaces to be able to like talk about things or reveal things to yourself. But I also think that, just touching on what was mentioned earlier, like it's such a journey to get to know yourself. Like whatever point you are, you will get to know yourself more. Like you will never get 100% there in your 20s or 30s or 40s. Like you're constantly learning about yourself, because you will be faced with so many different things and scenarios that will be like, oh, how am I reacting here? Or this impacted me this way, or I got hurt here, and so now I have to heal this, and that wasn't there before, or whatever it may be. So yeah, give yourself grace and enjoy the journey. Learning about yourself could be even finding a hobby that you love just for you. Like it doesn't need to be justified, like if you want to pick up crocheting and you're never gonna allow the scarf or thing to see the light of day, but it just makes you happy, then do it. I mean, like that's also like getting to know and fulfilling a little part of yourself just for you. Doesn't need to be justifiable. And I'm saying that to all the productive people like me who feel guilty for doing things that aren't productive.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of people will resonate with that, actually. Next
Okay. So I have, my top voted one here is from Shy. Hi, Shy. Thanks
Shy.
for always tuning in for every episode of the podcast. Really appreciate you. She says, learn to say no, learn to set boundaries for myself and definitely for my peace of mind. And I won't let others take advantage of my kindness. So about boundaries naman. Yeah, we haven't done an episode yet on boundaries, but I think we should. Because I think that's a great skill to kind of work on continuously, because it really defines the health of all of our relationships, including the one with ourselves. Because if you can't advocate for yourself by using boundaries, then you're gonna end up bled out in some place of your life.
Yeah, that's true. And I recently watched this snippet of interview between Gwyneth Paltrow and a CEO who has like 4 kids and 5
I
businesses.
watched the same
Nakita
one.
mo yan?
Yes.
And I like what she said na Gwyneth Paltrow was like, how do you do it? And she's like, I'm just honest with what I'm able to give. Yung kasi tayo, we tend to overcompensate and we try so hard na walang mababawasan sa kung ano mabibigay natin sa ibang tao, just so they don't blame us for our jobs or prioritizing our careers or something. Pero I like that one na just be honest. If you can't make it, you can't make it. If you don't want to go, you don't feel like going,
Then don't
fine.
go. Yeah.
Oo. Na parang when there are friends ko rin this year na parang mag-birthday sila sa bar, ganun, hindi naman ako mahilig sa ganong scene. I'll be like, you know naman, I'm not that kind of friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, kung gusto mo ng dinner out, tayo, steak dinner, wine, fine. Pero pagka bar, wag mo nang i-expect from me.
Yeah.
Pero like, I really put my foot down kasi I don't want to feel like I have to drag myself to my friend's birthday na, ayoko pumunta, pero I have to show up, yung ganon.
And as a non-confrontational, talagang na-feel ko yun. But the thing is, just like Nicole was saying, like, it'll come out in your energy. Like, if you don't want to do something, it'll be translated through the way that you interact with people, and you don't want to resent your friends. We definitely will explore that topic later on, season 2. If you have a guest in mind who you would like to talk about that with, let us know.
Yeah.
But saying no to people and also not letting others take advantage of your kindness. I think with kindness naman, it's okay, I'm gonna go a little preachy here, but because I'm always an advocate for being kind to people and taking the high road, and sometimes people don't deserve it, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be kind pa rin. And I will die on that hill. Does that mean that kindness looks like allowing yourself to be stomped all over and disrespected and treated like crap? No, but you can still be respectful and kind in upholding boundaries. But is it like, oh, I'm not gonna be kind to you because you treated me terribly? I think you should still treat people with kindness. But define what kindness is. Like, kindness isn't like, self-sacrifice all the time. It could be sometimes, but I mean, having boundaries can also be an act of kindness in the way that you deliver it, the way that you explain it, the way that you communicate it.
Kasi minsan parang we will go overboard with kindness just so we take the high road. Pero parang in a way, we expect the person to react a certain way or to respond or give back a certain way because we gave so much.
Yeah.
So that's also not a kindness in itself when you expect something in return.
It's almost transactional.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, in this world, no, parang it's such a nice sentiment to think and believe na if I'm nice to this person, they will be nice to me back. Unfortunately, that is just not real life.
Yeah.
But I hope that you'll never allow the cruelness of the world to dictate your kindness.
Parang there's kindness that still preserves your character.
Definitely.
Pero hindi mo kailangan yun is-sacrifice so much of yourself naman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. So thank you for that submission.
Thank you, Shai. Okay, next up. Ito medyo mahaba, parang entry na.
Okay.
If anything, I learned from the mistakes and misconceptions I did last year. I thought I had to change many things so that I could love myself more. Oh, I like that. Things like how I view this and that, how I feel about certain things, how I react about certain situations. Oh my God, you're the overthinker that we are. Those kinds of things that I thought needed change for me to be better. That's why I was always assessing if I was being myself or not. This is us reviewing the day that was, the week that was. Why did I do that in that situation? But it really hit me hard when I learned from a video that I need to love myself first before actually getting into the changes that comes with this growth. That's true,
So insightful. Yeah.
Yeah, not the other way around, which I did last year, na parang I need to earn the love I have for myself. Di ba parang ganon? Change first before loving myself. Parang yun yung naging condition niya.
Like there's a condition on self-love.
Yeah. Kaya nga kanina, di ba yung sa resolutions, parang guys, don't be so hard on yourself na parang it might not be a good year kasi hindi day 3 pa lang hindi ko na ano yung resolution ko or yeah. So for this month and onwards, I want to know how I can love myself. Like when can I actually say wholeheartedly, I love myself? And also to take this year one day at a time so that I won't be impatient on my other visions too. Like a journey, things will come together little by little. That's a good mindset to have.
That. Thank you for submitting that, whoever wrote that. That was so beautifully written.
CJ Isaiah.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Oh, that's
so insightful.
Parang buong podcast na yun. Telegram na ba yun?
I-bank na natin yun. But I love that. Just like the rhetoric on loving yourself. Although I think it's difficult to say that you'll get to a point where it's like 100% I love myself because you are ever changing and growing and evolving. And, sometimes you might stumble backward a little bit in that journey, and that's okay. Or you might reveal something about yourself or to yourself that you're like, I don't like that part of me that I saw, or like, I want to be better. I want to do better. I didn't like how I reacted, and that's okay. Like you pinpointed, like take the journey one step at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. But I love that. Don't allow yourself to be conditioned that I will only be worthy of love myself if I'm able to tick these boxes or to change myself in these ways. Yeah. Oh, that's so empowering. I love that so much.
Yeah, there's gonna be a whole episode for that one.
Actually, thanks guys.
Because it's something you don't really realize diba?
But I just want to like pitch in there as well. Like I understand the concept of working on yourself falls very much into New Year's resolutions, and I believe that the reason that a lot of New Year's resolutions don't stick is because one, they're not achievable. The way that we write them down, it could be like I want to save 1 million pesos this year, but like if you don't identify how that's going to be done and actually see the process of doing that,
like have a plan na para kasi these are the things that I'm gonna change. I'm gonna find a new job. I'm gonna I'm gonna set up a savings account na this and that.
Yes.
Parang concretize it.
Exactly. I feel like it allows it to be achievable. You can see how you're going to do it. You can measure your achievements week per week, month by month, step by step, and I think that just makes it realistic. And also I feel like there's a lot of power in routines. You touched on this when you were talking about like you have your routine for yourself. And that's the way to integrate small habits that might not look like much on the day itself. Like it's like we just do a little thing here and a little thing there, but all those little things compiled together make a big change. So I would encourage you guys, if you're still wanting to execute your New Year's resolutions, which I do implore you to, like take a second look at them, make them more detailed, more concise, and then figure out what are the steps to getting there. Are they realistic and achievable for me? And then how can I integrate those things into a routine that I can stick to? And if you fall off the routine for a couple of days, that's okay. But hopefully you're able to get back on again and check in with yourself maybe quarterly or monthly just to see like, oh, where am I at with my resolution?
And you can always say, see you again next year.
True.
Your realistic expectations lang din naman para hindi ka ma-disappoint masyado sa sarili mo. Kasi, you know, life happens.
Yes.
And the best part about it is we're given time to reassess and redo.
Yeah.
That's why the spirit of the New Year's is here.
Yes, I love that. All right, the next New Year's resolution that's been submitted is make connections with positive people and avoid negative people who are against my growth. And I like this. I was having a conversation earlier today with one of my glam team how usually it's a realization that comes with age. Like the older people get, they realize like, you know what?
So, sino older people to sa glam team? Sino bang pinakamatanda?
Mamang Brent! I love you, Mamang!
So, I could, grabe naman sa older, ah.
Seasoned, well-seasoned chicken.
Wizened.
Wizened? I like that. But we were just talking, and I've had this conversation with my mom as well. It's like you get to a certain point, and hopefully the realization doesn't come too late for us. But like we have so much influence. We're influenced so much by the people who are closest to us, and we actually have the ability to pick and choose and form and mold who they are. Because like when you're growing up, I think we touched about this in our family episode and also our Burning Bridges episode. Like you're born into a family, you're practically stuck with your family for those developing years, right? When you're young, usually in most cases. But then as you like leave the home or you start working or you get your own place, you start to form your own friendship circles and you get to kind of mold who are the people that you spend the most time with, who you're most influenced by. And those people can really pour into your peace, how you feel about yourself, how you see the world, your attitudes. You know, people can be energy vampires or toxic people. Sometimes a toxic relationship isn't a romantic one. It can also be a friendship. So, yeah, sis, have you ever looked back on a year and have told yourself, you know what? I think I want to declutter the people around me. And
it hasn't come to that point yet.
Okay. But that's good. That's a good testament to the people you surround yourself with.
Or yun nga kasi yung toxic trait ko na high tolerance for toxic people. Charot. Pero hindi ko pa siya na on a new year. Hindi ko pa siya na set up as a resolution. Pero it's come sporadically.
Yeah,
Sporadically throughout the year. Yeah. Siguro kasi parang rin naman ako, very mindful of the people. Snob talaga ako kung una mo ako makilala. Parang warm ako sa people, pero pagka yung alam kong magiging
choosy ka,
possible maging friends.
So,
yeah.
I think same tayo.
Oo. Na hindi kita masyadong i-entertain, pero titignan ko muna kung paano ka gumalaw with the other people, na existing friends mo na nag-overlap sa circles natin, and then kung makita kong medyo okay ka, parang dun ako magiging warm na talaga.
Yeah.
Ganun careful. It's wisdom pa rin, guys. Wisdom.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, wisdom to choose.
But also, yeah, it's just a really big, it's like forming your environment as well. Sometimes you can't choose. Like maybe your workplace is toxic, but I mean, if it's your friends, that's something you can choose. I mean, surround yourself with people that, or maybe even like pick and choose people for certain things. Like if you want to grow in your faith, like find a church community.
Be intentional in finding your communities, your groups.
Yeah, like if you're in a committed relationship and you want advice about relationships, maybe like ask your married couple friends or trusted advisors. So like there's certain friends for certain seasons and certain friends who are equipped with certain knowledges and certain things. So to have a diverse friend group, I think is a great asset as well. Yeah.
Napaisip ako sa decluttering people. Kasi parang yung nakuha ko lang talaga from last year, I think is like, yeah, they're really not my kind of people. Parang confirmation lang talaga.
Yeah.
Parang, I think last year I tried to be more, less Indianera, I guess. Na parang, sige nga,
Indianera?
yun nang i-Indian ka, you're ditching
Oh,
parties
okay.
and stuff. So maybe I should, be going out more, ganon. Pero na-realize ko na parang, hindi ko talaga kaya. Parang it's nice. Like, oo, naka-hi hello ko sila ngayon. Pero parang, yeah, I won't really be in deep talks with them. But it's nice to beso them at events.
And sometimes there's friends that you just go with to have fun with. And you would never like really go into deep thoughtful conversations with, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you, like, for example, Nicole loves pickleball. If you had a friend, you just meet up to play pickleball. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. They don't need to know about my life, my secret job. So yeah.
Yeah.
Next, meron ka pa bang entry dyan, sis? Dito meron, hindi na maging back burner this 2025.
Back burner meaning?
Yun nga eh. Parang ikaw ba yung linalagay sa back burner? Like you're the last one sa plans? Ikaw yung hindi iniintindi? Or marami kang linalagay sa back burner? Like, yung may plans ako pero it stays as plans. Ganon.
Yeah. Or parang you're allowing life to happen to you and you're not really going after or being proactive.
Yun din nga eh. Oo.
I mean, why not? I think I've been reading like an interesting book. I'm like a third of the way through it. It's how to stop giving a
Gulay.
Yes. But it was just this chapter about like one of the indicators of a successful person is how comfortable they are with being uncomfortable and how comfortable they are with facing pain. And so I was like, that's really interesting. And then I was listening to another book. I can't remember which one it was, but it was just talking about how one of the best ways to approach pain is to just like face it and then go through it, because a lot of it is built up in our minds, which sounds really dead dumb simple, but it's
so
hard to do. But if you just do it on small things, for me, like last year I really challenged myself, like I don't want to be a no girl all the time because I'm such a homebody. My friendy hey here knows that I am a Lola. Like if they're going out to celebrate and they're like, yeah, let's meet at 11, I was like, 11? I'll be in bed by then. Or like we're at a party and it's like, I'm gonna go home, guys, bye.
Yeah, I look like a party girl next to Kat.
Yeah, I am really the Lola of the group. But I really wanted to like get out there a bit more last year and just have fun a little bit. And I still recognize it's not necessarily my vibe. Like I am not the clubbing type of person, and that's completely fine. But I had a hesitancy about it because I was like, I feel like I'm going to be so uncomfortable. Like, I'm not going to enjoy myself. Like, I already put on these, like,
social anxiety talaga.
Yes.
Those are the things that
yeah, it's all in my brain. But then when I went out there and I said yes to invites, like, it wasn't half as bad and uncomfortable as I perceived it to be. I know that's such a flimsy little example, but I mean, I hope that more of us could have more courage this year. Because if not now, as Arbany said, then when?
If not me, then who? Who will be the life of the party? Char. Pero going back to like the association of pain and like facing pain and putting things in the back burner, yun yung the thing that stops you from doing things and leaving it there. And that was me then. Like, diba, madami kong pinitch din sa sis ko na, I think I'm gonna start this business next year, this year, ganon. Pero parang wala dun yung heart ko. And then I've done these good strides in my career na, and then I'm gonna start off with something new that I would probably maybe fail at. or it
Yeah.
won't be as big as people expect it to be. Ganon. Pero, so parang na-hold back ako na how do I make sure that this is a success? It needs to be a perfect plan. And then, narinig ng Instagram, naglabas ng algorithm na parang there's no perfect plan. There's only today. Yung mga ganon. Like, put that on a shirt. Yeah, na parang you just have to do it today. So parang, yeah, last year I learned to, just embrace yung doing things, putting it out there, see what works. If it doesn't work, bala na. Ganon.
Yeah.
It's not, it's not gonna be, it won't define the entirety of you.
No.
And it's nice. Parang I see creators also just trying, So parang mas sinusupport ko sila kung nakikita ko, oh, they're trying something new.
Yeah,
They're
'cause
doing
it's so
this new segment
refreshing.
on something.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So, yeah, yung facing that pain nga, I wish for more bravery and
Yeah.
courage for all of us this year.
And on a quick tidbit as well, like if you already tried last year and because of that disappointment or that failure, like I don't want to try again, maybe that's the root of the fear. Like I really promise you, it won't always end the same way. Like it could, yeah, because I know that last year I was so scared to try and be ambitious because I had just been so disappointed in such a big way in something else that I transposed that to every experience that I could possibly have. So even in work, like I was scared to try. Even with my ideas, I was scared to like pursue them. I was scared to pour in effort because I had so much fear. I felt like I couldn't handle another disappointment. And the thing is, if I really subscribe to the narrative of like, you know what, I'll always be disappointed. It doesn't matter how much effort I put in. It doesn't matter how hard I try. Disappointment's waiting for me. Then I'd never do anything. But really, like, whether it be the opportunity, maybe you're trying out for a job, maybe you're starting again your course at school. Like, you may have failed once or twice, but it doesn't mean to say you're going to fail again. Like it won't, your story or not your story, but your attempt won't always have the same ending.
I like that.
Yeah, and I just want to encourage you guys.
That's like a stationary worthy thing.
Yeah. Hopefully merch for
Oh yeah, merch for season 2.
A lot of people really submitted resolutions about saving more, not spending so much. Well, in this economy, I don't blame you. This one says, hopefully I will read more books, save more money, and reduce my impulsive purchases in the new year. But girl, I just want to ask, how do we love books and not impulsively spend on them? From one book addict to another.
Kaya nga, let's strengthen our book club community and build trust and camaraderie. I mean, camaraderie. I mean, para we can just borrow off each other's collections. Set up a library. Yeah, we need more book club supporters.
But alam mo, like one of my fantasies talaga, magbo-book cafe tayo. Tapos like we like put all our books there, and then while people visit, they can read.
Yeah, and you can also like lend your books there.
Yeah.
Diba? And then we can leave notes for each other.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that this year because it's a braver year.
Yeah. So of course we're gonna update you guys. We do have a book club. If you're watching this episode and you're like, what are they talking about all these books? We have a book club. We choose new reads. Those every 2 months. So if you want to read along with us, and then we have very spoiler-filled book reviews with exclamations and personal insights and laughs and sometimes cries. So follow along for that. But yes, thank you for submitting that. I think, when it comes to money saving tips, is like in a little digestible nugget of wisdom. Do you have any advice for people who want to, I don't know, do better for their spending this year?
Kasi parang we always think of saving up, and then it's so one-dimensional na you just put a portion away. Pero it's a holistic thing eh. I save up. How do I make more? How do I spend more intentionally? Parang it's a system. It's not like I do this one thing, it'll change my whole financial habits na and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
So yun yung...
And depende din sa unique situation, like how much you're earning, what your time looks like. Do you have the opportunity to pursue a side hustle or not? Yeah.
So parang feeling ko as I grew older, yun yung mga na-realize ko na it's systemic. Hindi siya yung just set up an account, yun na yun. And then, or mag-ipon ako ng 1,000 pesos per month. And then put it in a binder. May nakikita akong ganun sa TikTok eh. Pero, parang, it's good to push yourself to be more proactive. Kasi nga, di ba parang I mentioned then I think from the episode na Justify and Buy na it's bad also to not want things.
Yeah.
Kasi you don't get motivated to work harder or find more hustle in life. It's scarier, actually, to not want anything.
Yeah.
Kasi you'll tend to settle and then next thing you know, you're still there. So, yeah, if you're an impulsive purchaser, like yung mga Pop Mart, ganon, use it to fuel your creative juices, for example, na, okay, ito yung gusto ko kasi sa buhay eh. Ano kaya mga pwede ko pang gawin or idagdag para makamit ko yun? Yun, yung dreams. Kahit ganun ka-small lang mag-start ka.
I agree. Or even like on another kind of perspective siguro, like for this new year, like look at the things that you purchased last year and look at what was gathering dust that never saw the light of day, that kind of got pushed to a back corner that you spent good money on but didn't really add any value to your life, and just bring that knowledge into the new year of like, okay, I bought something like that pero hindi ko siya ginamit. Or it could be like usually those trends, diba? Sobrang bilis ng mga trends ngayon, especially in the world of fashion and in beauty. Like you'll buy this thing because it's the hottest thing, and then like a year later, hindi na siya naka-open. Like so like I think it's just a nice way to inform your decision making as well around spending.
I think we might buy less Pop Mart this year.
I'm running out of shelves. So I have many friends.
Yeah, we have a lot of starers now.
Lots of eyes.
Unless Nyota comes up with another
a third collection earner.
Yeah, yun yung justified. Justified! Pero it feels better to get rid of things na dinodonate mo na lang.
Yeah.
Ako dinonate ko sa maintenance people ko. Tapos nakita nila, nag-purge ako. Sabi nila, ma'am, baka meron kayong mga damit pa daw. Ganun. So parang, sige, mag-purge rin ako ng damit na hindi ko ginagamit. So, those things. Parang, this is for the hoarders na have a harder time letting go. Pagka hindi mo na talaga siya nagagamit, lalo na yung mga shoes.
Masisira lang yun
sa humidity natin. Kung bigla mo siyang ginamit, biglang mawawala yung swelas mo.
lang siya. Sayang lang.
Okay, for my last entry.
Yay!
Ayoko na maging judgmental this year. Instead, I want my heart, mind, and big eyes, to focus on the beauty and kindness of others. This is from Alexandra E. Joyce. So, yeah.
My struggle kasi yun. Kasi, not to say that we're all judgmental, but like the thing is, I feel like kung na-experience mo na parang someone treated you transactionally, someone used you, someone treated you not so well, it's almost like a projection of protection for yourself that you see, okay, what is this person's motivation? Gina-judge ko sila, like, their actions, what do they mean by that? Like, how they're showing up. Parang, dina-dissect mo yata. Well, like, I do that. Like, usually I have my guard up a lot with people. And in a way, that's judging them because you're judging what their intentions are, how they see you, how they value this connection or friendship with you. So, I understand if it's judging of, like, maybe mag-gossip ba? Or, like, judging a book by their cover. Like, parang how they look for who they are.
Yeah.
Ang hirap din yun because like even the way that our society is built now, like even look at social media, the way that dating apps are put up, like you're just judging someone by their appearance. The beauty and fashion industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry for a reason. Like we're very concerned with how we appear because we put a lot of weight on how people look. So I think it's a great intentional effort. And it requires effort. And I think that can just be, giving people a chance, allowing the interaction to play out rather than just looking at them from across the room and then just moving on. Whether that be you're judging them out of self-protection or you're judging them because like, oh, they're dressed like that, they must lead a life like this. Although it does translate to that to some degree. But at least having that intention to be like, you know what, I'm going to get to know them. I'm going to have a conversation with them. Or I'm going to let them surprise me. I think that's a small intentional effort that's really doable.
Yeah. Or sometimes normal naman yung filtering process.
Yeah,
feeling mo
that's
kung
true.
hindi mo talaga vibe, kung hindi mo talaga ma-stand, for example, na masyadong high energy people, parang wag mo rin pilitin, it's fine.
Yeah. Kung mafe-feel mo na uncomfortability, pwede din.
Oo. Pero if parang hindi mo rin naman sila totally shut out. Pero if it happens, ganun. Pero there's always wisdom in guarding yourself then
Yeah.
against other people's intentions then. Ganun. You don't have to be super friends with everybody. But also, in this last year, since I got into pickleball and tennis, shout out na lang sa mga friends ko. Nagkaroon ako ng sports community.
I love it.
Oh my God! Hello, new friends. Pero sobrang na-appreciate ko kasi, matagal na rin ako hindi nagka-new friends. Parang it's always us, our
Yeah.
industry, and then our old friends. So, different colors of people, and then swerte siguro ako, nakahanap ako ng community of them. May mga times na, it was an exciting journey kasi may mga times na na-off ako sa kanila in the beginning. And sometimes, maybe they don't know how to act around me. Ganon. Parang,
Yeah, as a public figure, or like, beauty queen
Oo.
siya, so she must be. Oh, I mean, we are on the receiving end of a lot of that as well.
Oo, na parang, yeah. Parang sometimes people just second guess their actions, ganon. So, parang it was a touch and go thing. Tapos ako parang at first, I don't think I can be friends with them. Ganon, kasi parang, siguro may remark na hindi naman offensive pagka usual friends mo, pero because I'm a new person and I'm a public figure, parang, why did you say that? That's not appropriate. Yung mga ganong instances. Pero eventually, yung parang na rin kayo, na-gets nyo na yung isa't isa, and then nakapag-adjust din kayo. And then, you get parang same na kayo ng vibe. And then, I got to be my real self then with them. Some of them, I've, yung know me on a more personal level. Yung mga cringe na sinasabi ko rin. Ganon. So, masaya siya. Pero yun nga, may mga groups pa rin within the groups, sariling group chat, mga ganong bagay. Pero, hindi naman din yung expectations ko na, they need to be like my best friends, or ito yung ina-expect ko from them that they be like this towards me. So, I think that is being kind to them as well, na you don't subject them to that. Pero yung I think I got better at tennis and pickleball because I
you
got that
definitely did.
community.
The way this girl lunges for the ball. She has like rolled on gravel. She has skid. I am in awe.
would do anything for you.
Body shot.
For my partner.
And the gigil also is on another level.
Yes. And because of my new friends din, natuto akong mas simmer down yung competitiveness ko, yung mga ganong bagay. So, finding your community then and becoming open, meron din siyang surprises in store for you. So, if you have that resolution then, yeah, it's a perfect balance of protecting yourself and opening yourself up to people na you give them more chances. And then, kung they keep disappointing you, then alam mo ng X yun.
Yeah.
Diba? Pero if eventually, naging okay sila,
Okay.
Oo. Yeah, I remember this friend talaga sa pickleball. It's like, nagpapacoach ka ba, Nicole? Tapos sabi ko, twice pa lang. Tapos sabi niya, ba't ang banu mo?
Ano?
Like, ang walay mo. Tapos ako parang, hindi ako
Thanks.
since bagong person ako doon, parang, and magaling siya.
Very upfront naman yun.
Hindi ako
Like, medyo direct.
nakalaban.
Yeah.
Pero ngayon, he's very nice to me na. Tapos parang he teaches me rin. Ganon.
Yeah.
Parang lang, siguro yung, di ko alam kung may uy, ako yung magaling dito. Yung mga ganon territorial. Ewan ko ba sa'yo, bleep! Kung ano inisip mo nun. Pero eventually,
May sariling niyang edit.
since ako nag-edit, inunahan ko na lang din. Name drop. Pero ngayon, very nice na siya. So, Kerry.
Yeah. I love that. But I mean, on that note, thank you guys for sharing your New Year's resolutions with us. We hope that you'll have the courage to be more open to possibilities, opportunities, to getting to know yourself more, even the uncomfortable parts, to getting to know your other people, even the uncomfortable parts as well. I hope that your year is better than the one before. I hope that you treat yourselves with grace. as you navigate this crazy world we live in, because everyone has such unique situations, whether it be financial or personal, career, or all the above. But I hope that you guys know that you have a safe space with Nicole and I here to either rant or just share your joys. We want to celebrate your wins as well, but also if you're struggling and you never know, someone might have gone through the very same thing, gone through the other side, and is happy to give you words of encouragement. So I hope that you're able to find that within this community, and that this year just really, you know, encourages your spirits to thrive. We want that so much for you. We're praying for the best for all of you. Do you have any sentiments that you wanna?
Ikaw ba, sis? Ikaw, ano yung resolution mo?
Resolution ko to be braver this year. I don't want to be fearful anymore.
Girl, soldier ka na nga last year.
I know. Ito ang resolution ko. Lord, please sign me up for the I'm just a girl package and not your strongest warrior package. Thank you very much.
What does that mean?
I just want to be a girl this year. I just want to enjoy
So
nice
soft.
things.
Yung ano yung tawag nila, yung soft girl ear, yung ganon?
I mean, I want to be a soft girl, but I also want to be a dreamer girl. Like, I want to have the courage to dream again and go after things again. I don't want to fear disappointment or hurt how I did last year. But yeah, I don't want to go through the turbulence. I think kaya ko naman, pero wag na lang sana i-test ng theory na yan.
Pero di ba by the end of last year, parang nakita ko you've been trying new things like the YSL video, you're really proud of that kasi nag-creative direction ka in writing and everything.
So yeah, I think slowly parang tinetest ko yung waters again, because like as a creative I need to be pushed, and also in a weird, it's not naman twisted, but like I also can draw a lot of inspiration from yung pinagdaanan ko. Like sometimes like emotion is able to translate into such colorful art. And that's a little bit dark, but I mean, our personal experiences can translate into the most unique and interesting things. And so as a creative, I feel like I will thrive because of what I've gone through. But also a New Year's resolution that has been really practical, that I've kept it up, and we are filming this in the second week of January, so it's held on, and I'm really feeling good about it, is I really limited my screen time on my phone. Like, so from 9 p.m. I will put my phone down and I will not pick it up until 9 a.m. the next day. So I can have a full-on morning routine, evening routine, because I'm just kind of freaked out by how I can scroll for like an hour plus and not recall a single video I watched.
Black hole mo sa TikTok.
Yes. I'm like, was I just a brain zombie for this? So like, I mean, if you guys are looking into better time management or to find time for hobbies, I mean, like maybe look at lowering your social media consumption.
What have you been doing since you sacrificed the screen time?
I have routines now. I've been really prioritizing movement because I have scoliosis, so it's been helping me pain manage. Yun ang New Year's resolution ko this year. Ikaw, sis, what are your
join
intentions?
more pickleball sessions with me.
Yes, and I actually want to be coached. Because I want to be
okay.
able to keep up with Nicole.
Okay. Paging Eric Agraba. Ayan, may shoutout ka na.
Wow!
Seryosohan na to sa pickleball para mag-tandem na kami mag-tournament ni Kat. I think that's a goal for this year. Mag-tandem tayo mag-tournament for pickle.
Oh my God. But it's gonna be so funny because you're so competitive and I'm so vibey.
Pero less competitive na ako ngayon. Kasi parang na ako.
Na-mellow ka na?
Oo, parang iba na yung focus ko. Yung hindi na siya winning, but
The journey.
Oo, yung totoo kasi para at first, yung basis mo sa sport is, am I winning more games? Pero it's more of, feeling ko yung totoong magaling talaga na players, di ba hindi nila kinikill yung ball, ganon, is how much control you actually have of the whole game. Yeah. So sometimes, even if, hindi niya kinikill yung shot, pero nakakatry kasi siya sa mga rallies yun ng placing the ball, ganon. Parang feeling ko there's so much power in that.
It's a skill, no?
Oo, I'm not necessarily gonna win, pero I'm confident enough in myself to try new shots.
Yeah.
Na okay lang i-sacrifice na I lose, pero I'm gonna test my skill.
You're like refining the skills.
Oo. So yung natutunan ko as a
I love that.
first time ma-in love sa sport na girl. Yeah.
I
And if
love
you guys are into tennis, I'm starting a new segment on racket sports on my IG Reels para may kadamay ako sa mga beginners.
And Nicole has the cutest sport fits. So.
Thank you. Okay.
Ikaw, yung resolutions mo? Or intentions for the year?
Alam mo, may kwento ako dyan. January 1, sis. Nagtennis ako. Kasi parang I was feeling lonely. Parang everyone had plans, ganun. Tapos parang, sabi ko, sige, magte-tennis na lang ako. Tapos, ayun, nasira pa yung car ko before New Year.
Oh, what happened?
May cat sa loob pumasok. Tapos when I started my car, it got stuck sa belt. It's alive. It ran out of my car.
Okay.
Okay, trigger warning. Pero okay yung cat, but my car wasn't. I couldn't use it. It died.
Oh my God, okay.
And then yung una pumasok sa isip ko is maybe hindi ako dapat puntahan.
Yeah.
Yung ganun. Na,
You never know.
Hindi ako naging downer for it. Na, okay, at least I'll be more dependent on my brother, on my boyfriend, on my dad to give me rides. And super na-touch ako kasi my brother would be like, I'll pick you up, ganito, ganyan. Nung January 1, naging decidido akong mag-tennis kahit na ayokong nag-grab kasi parang, alam mo yun, ayoko maka-encounter ng bad encounters with the drivers na wala sa mood, yung mga ganon. May mga ganon experience ako before. Oo. So, parang ayoko lang ng ganong encounter as much as possible. Tapos, ayun, January 1, fine, mag-book na lang ako. Tapos, it's this, sabi niya, parang nakakainis ko naman, mami, parang ayaw pa niya umuwi, pero yung destination ko, malapit na sa house niya. Sabi ko, kuya, ako pa pala maghahatid sa'yo pa uwi. Ganon. Tapos, sabi ko, baka sign naman na mag-lunch ka muna sa bahay. Sabi niya, ma'am, baka mag-siesta muna ako. Kasi, yung mga nagkwentuhan kaming ganon. Tapos sabi, saan ka ba pupunta, ma'am? Tennis. Tapos, sabi niya, saan ka nag-tennis usually, ma'am? Diyan ba sa pupunta? Sabi ko, hindi, usually sa UP, ganon. Sabi niya, alam mo yung anak ko, nasa UP siya ngayon. Parang nasa UP Conservatory as a violinist.
Oh, wow.
And then, parang, yung daughter niya can play so many instruments daw. Sabi ko, ang galing mo, kuya, kasi napag-aral mo siya ng ganung kadaming instruments. Sabi, hindi, self-taught yun lahat, ma'am. Ganun. Tapos,
wow.
Parang, una, gusto daw niya for his daughter, accounting. Tapos, gusto ng daughter niya talaga, music. Sabi niya sa asawa daw niya, kung hindi pumasa yung anak natin sa UP, kahit matulog ako sa kalsada, sa road, gagawin ko, makatapos na ng pag-aaral yung anak natin. Naiyak ako, sis, yung uhog ko dito habang nasa grab ako, yung pangpawis ko na towel. Ginamit ko pang sipon ko, tapos di niya alam, umiiyak na ako. Kasi parang reminder siya. Parang sabi lang niya kasi sa akin, tinanong ko lang ay anak ko, happy ka ba dyan? Go. Tapos parang, it's just as simple as that. Diba? And yung love din ng parents mo, na they love you enough to let you do what makes you happy, even if it hurts them. Kasi parang hindi yun yung gusto niya for yung anak niya. Siyempre, mas gusto niya ng sure job na accounting, alam mong may career yung anak mo. Kung music, parang usually, di ba, iniisip natin,
starving
stable ba
artist,
yan?
Ganun,
Oo. Tapos, it was blessing after blessing. Like, nung biglang papadala daw siya sa Germany mag-aral, ganun. Noong una, sabi daw niya, kaya mo ba mawawala ako 1 year? Sabi niya, hindi ko kaya yun, anak, ganito, ganyan. Sabi niya, pero papadala ako ng UP to study sa Germany. Alam mo, anak, sige, go. Magpapasaya ba yan sa'yo? Sige, go. Tapos, it just reminded me na, you know what? You ask yourself lang, will it make you happy if you do this? Kasi it's a question I haven't asked myself. Parang it's always like, would it make you more successful? Yung ganon, yung concrete na siya, or yung perception ng other people, na parang nakalimutan ko sometimes na, will it make me happy? Kasi feeling ko, just because I'm happy doesn't mean it's right. Yeah. Pero at the same time, parang coming from a dad, na siguro feeling ko ganun din yung dad ko mag-isip, na, will it make you happy? Then go. Ganon. So, it just, parang sobrang ganda niyang New Year thing for me, na hindi ko in-expect, na feeling ko, the breaking of my car, ganon. What are the odds na may pusa sa ilalim ng car ko? Na masisira yung car ko, I would have to take a Grab.
Yeah,
pumunta tuloy yung
conversation.
Diba? Tapos sabi, halaman, ba't ka umiiyak? Sabi ko, tsaka kasi parang sa sobrang, walang pera si kuya. Diba? Pero, ang saya niya. Sabi niya, matapos ko lang mapag-aral yung mga anak ko, balik kami probinsya. Ganon. Tapos, Sa Iloilo pa nga ata siya. Favorite ko Iloilo. Oh my God. So parang sobrang yung connections there. Like, what are the odds? Tas parang, yun din, it reminded me din na, you know what, with life, hindi naman magiging patag yan na perfect for you to be happy. Na yung requirements, ito for me to be happy. Siya, yung goal lang niya is, magkapamilya ako, magkaanak ako, mapagpatapos ko mag-aral, okay na ako. Yung ganon na and if you don't have the means now, you make a way for that to happen.
Yeah.
Even if you have to sleep on the side of the road. And I'm like, gusto ko rin ng ganon na hunger for my dreams. Tayo were in such a privileged position to dream and be successful. We have the resources. Pero willing ba tayo to sacrifice that much for our dreams? It reminded me so much of that. So, I went to the tennis court, umiiyak ako. Tapos, my friends were like, ano nangyari? Sabi ko, yung si Kuya Grab, kasi akala nila may incident with Grab. Tatayo na sila. Ano ginawa?
Sabi mo kasi si Kuya Grab eh.
As in, super, di ko matigil yung iyak ko. Sis, they're like, gusto mo ng liempo? Kasi may pakain. Gusto mo ng liempo? Gusto mo ng pansit? Opo. May Coke ba? Pero, sobrang feeling ko, yun yung one of those moments na linagay ni Lord talaga. No? Ito, ipaplant ko tong moment sa'yo.
Yeah.
It's just so beautiful talaga. Tapos yun, naiyak ko lahat ng kailangan kong iiyak from the year that was.
Yeah.
And then, ang ganda lang. So, thank you so much, Kuya. You super God-sent ka talaga. Heaven-sent. And good luck to your family.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing, sis. That's so
Yeah.
touching talaga. That's a reminder for us all, like asking ourselves, checking in, and even if it's not just at the beginning of the year, but periodically throughout the year din, na parang, am I doing something to make me happy? Kasi minsan ang hirap to find a blanket solution din to make you happy in all aspects. Or minsan mag-evolve din siya. Or maybe something that you chose that made you happy initially, you tried it out and then hindi pala and you change your mind. That's okay too. But you should never forego your own happiness in pursuit of all other things. Even though it sounds unrealistic at times, hopefully you will find a way to carve out happiness for you wherever that may be, and find more ways to chip at a larger part of that to make that happiness feel more of yourself, or more categories, or whatever that looks like for you. We're hoping you a happier year, guys, of conquering fears, of overcoming doubts, of more self-love, self-embracing, self-grace. And please involve us in your journeys, because Nicole and I love reading your telegrams. We love hearing from you. We love hearing your insights. And it's really because of you guys that the podcast has become what it has. So thank you for giving us this space, this platform to be able to connect with you in this way. So yeah, we'll see you guys very soon. Don't forget to tune in on our social media channels. We are taking a short break because this is our season 1 ender, but we won't be gone for long.
Yes. Talaga?
Mag-vacay na si Beshi ko. Mag-Europe tayo.
Sis.
Satellite episode. But before I get into the last part of what I want to say, I just want to give a shout out to all of our videographers, editing team, our Cornerstone Studios team. We love you guys. Thank you for navigating this new venture with us and for being patient with all of our requests and fantasies about our podcast. We love you guys. We'll also put the names in the credits. Para ma-shout out din kayo. I think that'll be nice. But yeah, please keep in touch with us on the socials whilst we're taking our break and regrouping for season 2. If there are any guests that you would love to see us have a chat with, let us know as well. We're very open to suggestions. Of course, it'll be maybe longer than an hour of hearing us yap, but more fun.
So we'll see you guys and have a very, very amazing 2025 ahead of you. Do what makes you happy. Ask yourself, will it make me happy? Then say yes.
Yes. We'll see you guys soon.
Bye. 2 steps back
With Nicole and Gab.
Whee!